Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video on the dome upgrades. So this is the outside right now. As you can see, no longer have the white plastic sheeting over the top. Basically, I replaced it with this Sun Tough polycarbonate roofing. This stuff has a 10-year warranty. That plastic sheeting, I think I forget if it was 4 mil or 6 mils, having starting to crack and getting some holes in it. So I replaced it with this. So the way I did it was, so we had the cattle panels as the frame, kind of supporting the structure. And then what I did is I took some strapping and fastened them on the inside of the cattle panels using this plumber's tape, right? And I just put it there. And then I just screwed the Sun Tough right on top of there with some stainless screws. The strapping is not pressure treated, but it should be fairly protected from the weather. And I've had the chicken coop over there. I got some strapping underneath that roofing, same roofing and everything, so it should be fine. That chicken coop's been there for 3 years, no problems. In fact, the strapping's holding up better than the pressure treated 2x4s. But anyways, so that's what I did. I also moved it over here, as you can see, close to the chicken coop, because the chickens are kind of getting neglected. And if you kind of follow that permaculture principle of having, making the least amount of trips that you have to, setting your things up in zones. So this is where all the chickens and the quail are. And so just in here, we just have the quail. I'm going to open it up a little bit. A couple of the upgrades I did here. I had a little bit of a problem underneath the waterer with it getting kind of really wet there, and I started getting poop balls on their feet. So what I did is I actually dug down about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches or so, and I put some pea gravel in there. As you can see, their poop's starting to cake up a little bit, but I'm kind of giving an experiment to see how it goes. I might have to just kind of jab a shovel in there once in a while just to break up the clumps of poop, but that's about 10 inches of pea gravel right there, right underneath the waterer. And again, this is the nipple waterer, so underneath it there's those little nipples that they peck on and water comes out. So yeah, they're liking it. Let's see, what else? Oh, I put this 2x4 in here on end, just to kind of help with the weight when wintertime rolls around, because it's kind of a long span. So just as an insurance policy, unfortunately this kind of bangs right into my head, so I kind of have to watch out now. I built this to be just the right height so that I can walk in and stay standing up. But now with this 2x4 here, I'm going to watch myself. And that's about it for the upgrades. The only other thing, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning, was the plastic sheeting, the plastic roofing here has an overhang. This is a 12-inch overhang, and I think one of the other reasons we were getting the poop balls was rain was coming down, hitting the ground, and then splattering into the sides of the dome. And if you notice, they kind of always like to huddle. You can see them over there in the corner, and the corners and around the edges, right? So I'm thinking, when the weather is foul, the water is splashing in like kind of right on top of them, and they're walking around in mud, and that's what gets those mud and poop balls stuck to their feet. So that's this is a 12-foot sheet, so that's a 12-inch overhang. In hindsight, I probably should have done 16 inches, but hey, what are you going to do? And then over here, this is a 12-foot sheet, and I believe it's only 100 inches long, because it's two cattle panels, which are 50 inches each wide. And unfortunately, 50 inches doesn't go into multiples of 12 very easily. So I have a lot of overhang here, which is fine for now. But when winter rolls around, we're probably going to have some problems. Not really sure what I'm going to do there. I'd like to kind of support it. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments section below. I'd like to kind of support this and keep it there. Something simple besides buying another cattle panel and then, having the cattle panel come out to here, just to support that. But we'll see. And then under here, I have some lime that was left over from liming the yard. A neighbor brought it by, actually. And this stuff, I guess, had kind of caked up a little bit. Now, lime is alkaline, right, in the pH scale. So when the poop really starts to build up in there, one of the things that I'm thinking about doing is obviously moving it around a little bit, kind of like almost like a tractor, because you can pick this thing up and drag it. But the other thing I was thinking is, why don't I lay down some of this lime, because it's pelletized, but if you break it up a little bit, it's very dusty. So so I was thinking about throwing that down, and then they can do their dust baths in there, and also kind of neutralize some of their poop. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. But yeah, that's about it. You know, I mean, I had a couple of these spots here that were covered with plastic before. I just put the chicken wire in here. A lot of people say, you know, you got to go with hardware cloth for predator proofing. I just put the chicken wire in here with some of these zip ties, no problem. And then I just stapled it on the inside. You know, I mean, if a predator can jump up there and push that open, then I think, you know, I guess they earned it. But you know, I mean, bear might be able to do that. I don't think a coyote can would think of doing that. But you know, we'll find out. Another thing too is over in the door, there's a spot there where we definitely had a predator try and break his way in, and the hardware cloth held up just fine. So you can see it kind of bulges out there in the shadow. See, it kind of bulges out right in here. So I think it just kind of ran in there and was trying to get in, but that held tight. All this hardware cloth is held on by screws, stainless screws and washers on the bottom, and then right here, this is just stapled in. So I might shore that up a little bit, but I'm not that worried about it. The other thing that I did was kind of neat here is, you know, you can see there's a gap when this plastic sheeting comes down. So there's kind of a gap here before the first stringer, basically. So what I did was I just put a piece of strapping, a small piece there, about, you know, a foot, and I just screwed that guy right on there, and so anything coming in from the side, right, wouldn't be able to get past that. And then even behind that, there's still some hardware cloth there that was left over from when I had the plastic, because I didn't think the plastic would be sufficient in case a predator broke through the plastic. Then they would hit the hardware cloth. But now there's really no way at all to get in there. So yeah, that's kind of the setup. You know, I think the most difficult thing here was, you know, the panels are 26 inches wide. So one of the most difficult things was actually getting the right alignment for the strapping based on the cattle panels. So, you know, as you can see, I don't want this strapping, just because I put this here, this could still move up and down. So I had to tack them onto a one of the horizontal pieces of the cattle panel. So anyways, that's the video. Going on almost 8 minutes here, but I just want to do a quick one, show you some of the upgrades we made, and some of the decisions and different things I'm trying. Any questions, comments, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks.